that rank doesn't matter, it's just gonna hurt them. You know, I don't see why rank wouldn't matter, right? Everybody seems to care about rank, right? The mode is definitely harder than player match or arcade quest or whatever you're playing in any game. It's harder than the story mode, right? Because you're putting yourself up against another person. You know, you're competing to win. You both are trying to kill each other
That's
to
right.
win for these points and get more points. And then the more points you get, the better your opponent should be, right? Or they should be harder to beat. And it's probably why people cheat at it too, because it's a hard mode. You know, they don't want to work for it. So I don't see why rank wouldn't matter. You know, especially since we obviously know we all look at people's ranks, right? Let's not lie. Like we're like, okay,
This is what I wanted to speak about right here. So yeah, we all do look at each other's ranks and make judgment calls. Right. I love that Landon's like, don't lie. Don't lie. You look at those too. I look at those, and we all make subtle judgment calls about people based on those numbers, right? But here's the thing, also. He'll say it later. But aside from the number, we all are sizing each other up, right? We're always trying to assess how strong is our opponent. We might not have a number, right? Like 10, 19, or 1500 Tekken prowess. But there's no scouter, right? The scouter is inaccurate. And even if you think of not virtual fighter, sorry. I'm always thinking about virtual fighter. If you think of Dragon Ball Z, right? Yeah, they all had the scouters. The Saiyans had the scouters initially. And they would use that to read the power level of their opponent. But as time went on, like in the Frieza saga specifically, what they found is that those scouters oftentimes were wrong because you could suppress your power level. You can make yourself appear weaker than you really were and only boost up when you needed it. So the rank is like the scanners, exactly. It's exactly like the scanners. Sometimes it's accurate, but the better players, the stronger players, who are more in tune with what it means to be strong, are able to look at someone and feel their power level, their real, true level. That's something you have to develop on your own. So the idea that people's skill, you have to be sizing people up and figure out how strong is this person to yourself, that's an important skill to develop quickly.
this person with a higher rank is like should be more skilled than this person with a lower rank, but you don't really know that, right? The skill isn't defined by the rank. I think that's what people get mixed up on, you know. I think people are missing the point. When you reach the top of the mountain in anything, you realize that it was not about getting to the top of the mountain in the first place. It was just about improving yourself and who you are over and over. It was never about getting to the top. So when people say rank doesn't matter, they've gotten to the point where it's like, oh, there's things bigger than this. Because the anxieties you feel about losing to a victor spamming the armor move in one line ranked match compares to nothing than the anxieties you feel being on stage with the crowd behind you.
That was the line. This line was what made me want to make a video about this. This is true. The second you compete, even in an online tournament, like I competed in 3 online tournaments, I think maybe 4 now. I can't remember. Losing track, which is a good thing. We don't really want to be tracking that because it means I'm getting acclimated to it. Once you compete in a tournament, rank stops mattering all that much because you'll fight Garyus or assailants who are ranked that in the tournament, but they play like a king. Or you'll see our Rajan. So basically, you'll see all kinds of level, technically on the scouter reading, that say whatever rank they are in the game. But when you play them, their strength is much stronger. And what's important and what's valuable about competing in a tournament, about feeling true power from a player who is taking it seriously, because you're both competing. Why would you be competing in a tournament if you don't really care at that point? So, it's a way to calibrate your scouter, your internal sense of power of other players. That's one of the things that's useful about tournaments. The other bit, ranked are just numbers. Anyone can beat anyone at any given day. True. Eddie, is true. What I'm trying to get at here, which is kind of what I think Landon's getting at, but I'm also saying something slightly different, is some players are better than others. And I think people want their rank number, or rank letter, or rank color, whatever, to replace being able to actually play well, or be able to see with your own eyes, objectively, how strong is this player I'm fighting right now. Forget about their rank, because when you're in a tournament, there are no ranks next to you. Offline, specifically, for sure. You gotta watch somebody, watch them play, and make your own assessment of how strong they are on your own. That's an important skill, because you need to be able to size up your opponent, and sometimes certain mix-ups don't work against opponents who aren't that strong. So you're gonna be running these high-level mix-ups on somebody who is playing tic-tac-toe, but you're over here playing chess, and you're getting popped in the face for it because you're playing different games. You need to be able to accurately assess how strong your opponent is. And rank doesn't replace that. Development of your own skill.
And then at that moment, there's no ranks to even look at. Right? We're way past that. Right? But to say rank doesn't matter, because those people that are on top of those stages, make it to those grand finals, get a high rank whenever they want, right?
That's right.
So, and if you can't get a rank like that, what does that mean? So saying rank doesn't matter, I feel like it's a defense.
He's right.
And you shouldn't run away from that type of problem, right? But at the same time, you shouldn't let it define what you are and who other people are, because you shouldn't care about anybody else's rank at all.
Yep.
Because everybody has their own style, And at the end of the day, like I said, it's not about getting to the top of the mountain. It's just about improving your own style and who you are every single day. And to me, you're ass, and that's okay. But as long as you're not the same level of ass.
I love how deadpan he said, to me, you're all ass. No laugh, no jokes. He's like, no, you're all ass. You are. Motherfucker is right. I am ass.
You were.
Oh, and so are you too. We're both ass. We're both ass together.
The day before, then you're getting better to me. So, if you'll excuse me, I have to go fight a bunch of Yoshimitsu.
So yeah, I wanted to watch that together and add a little bit more to some of the things he was saying. Specifically the bit about how you need what I wanted to add was about how this offline experience, tournament experience, playing offline in a tournament on a big stage, with tons of people behind you, very stressful. And ranked is just nothing compared to that. So when someone cares a lot about rank, because I do understand now why some pro players have been saying to the Tekken community, rank's not that important. I get it now because I see what people do to maintain their ranks. And I'm like, oh wow, and it's like a huge problem. You got pluggers, you got lag switchers, you got people pressing print screen to make the game lag. I'm like, holy crap, this is actually a real problem. Okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Rank's not that important. Okay. I apologize to the Tekken heads who knew better than I did their own scene and how deranged some of y'all motherfuckers are. Okay? Holy crap. Rank's not that important. It really isn't. If you think it's that important, go to a tournament and play in that and then come back to me and tell me how important rank is afterwards. It can be an online tournament, doesn't matter. Any event. Then come back to me and tell me how important rank is. Online. Now, you could say offline ranks are important. I can get behind that. Offline rank can be important. You know, offline leaderboards. So some of these folks out here are frothing at the mouth. Lunatics! They're lunatics when they come to rank. They are. Some of these people are absolutely out of their mind. I can't condone cigarette smoking, Antonio Jackson, but I thought about that. Thought did cross my mind. Thank you, friendly cat person. Appreciate it. But there's a different stress from ranked. Different stress how? Gilbot? I've only ever drowned in pools, so I don't think I have the proper perspective. Well, you drowned in pools. Would you say that was more stressful than playing a ranked set? It's a very different kind of pressure. So Twitch can't see the conversation going on with Gilbot in my YouTube chat, but Gilbot's saying that they've only ever drowned in pools. So I'm going to read what they said. I've only ever drowned in pools, so I don't think I had the proper perspective. But it's different stress from ranked, like a different kind of pressure. It wasn't the same kind of pressure / stress. Eddie Alex adds, so is it a stepping stone for tournaments? Yes. So Gilbot, so it's hard to know? Yeah. Well, okay, so take back what you felt then, like nobody was watching you. So were you in a tournament setting and like there were no people behind you? Like you had to go in your own little corner, no one was there, it was just me and a random person? Which event was this? Like a major or like a side? Was this like a major event? Handshaking? Wait, hold on. Okay, there you go, that's it. Boom, you got it. You've already experienced it then. That's all we're talking about. That experience right there. You already got it. If your hands were shaking, you've experienced what we're talking about. I think my mic's been jacked up this whole time. Fuck me. Now it's fixed. Sounds better now, doesn't it? Chat, doesn't it sound better now? Please tell me it doesn't sound any better. Lie to me. Lie to me, chat. Oh my god. Hands don't shake as bad as at ranked, but heart rate feels higher. Your hands don't shake, but your heart rate feels higher? It's interesting. I wonder why. I'm playing with some settings here. Why does your heart get higher? I think this works for black and white. Right about there. Does sound better, Eddie. Eddie, I told you to fucking lie to me. Why aren't you lying to me, Eddie? It's okay, I'm not upset at you. I just wanted to make that joke. I wish I knew this shit doesn't make sense. Don't make sense to me either. Well, think about it. Because it's important. This is actually quite important. If you find yourself getting really stressed out during like ranked sets, you do want to know why you're getting that like stressed out about it. Because you don't need to be. I didn't expect to win at DreamHack, but I do. Aha! There you go. Expectation changes your experience of the playing. So in ranked, you should only expect to win when you've gotten good enough to either rank up or you're losing and winning to stay at the same rank. The only time you really should expect yourself to win is when you're fighting against someone who's quote-unquote lower ranked than you. Sufficiently lower than you. Otherwise, you're going to lose sometimes. Like this, the experience of beating someone who's had a higher rank than you are and losing to someone who's lower ranked than you are. and being like, well, because they're lower ranked than me, I should have won that. No. If you lost to that person who was lower ranked than you, that means that their true skill is higher than it looks, basically. And they're probably closer to your skill level than their rank would otherwise dictate. That's what that means. And this is a really important skill to figure out. You do need to be able to figure out, especially in a tournament setting, how good is your opponent if you have no information about them. If you have info and you've scouted them before, or they're a known entity, then this is less of an issue. But when you're running through pools, you don't know how good anyone is, really, until you see them play. And sometimes you don't get to see them play until it's your time to fight them. So how are you going to know how strong somebody is? Are you going to assume everyone there is a god? Because they're not. Might be like me in Tekken, trash. You know, I mean, dramatic, but not actually trash. I'm bad enough that I go 1 and 2 at TNS. And I missed last week. This week I missed it because I didn't register in time. But yeah, you need to be able to figure out in the first match, in the first few exchanges, how strong are they? How strong is my opponent? What do they likely know based on what they're showing me? And then move your mix-ups around that. Gilbot, you figured they were pretty good? Yeah. You gave them a lot of respect. Potentially. And who knows, they might not be very good. But you should be making that assessment on your own. Never assume anything about your opponent. Let data come to you to verify whatever your prior beliefs are. Don't give them respect for free. They gotta earn that shit. Every single time. Okay. That's the end of this ranked chat.